You guys, it's meme time. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ride with Maggie. Today's going to be a very fun episode. I've seen this done a couple of times with other YouTubers, particularly one of my favorite doctors, Dr. Mike. He does a lot of these meme reviews relating to medicine and medical topics. And since I'm a writer, I thought it would be fun to do a writer's take on these memes and some quotes about writing. So let's get started. Now, I found some really good ones here on Instagram, and I'm going to put the link down below to some of my favorite writing accounts and give them a lot of credit, not only for writing the memes, but also because they also share a lot of really great tips and competitions. And there's a lot of inspirational quotes that has to do with writing. So this is a reel, and it says, writers during the day, and it's, yes, writing one word at a time, and then writers after 12 p.m. That is so true. And not just for, at least for me, not only for my creative writing, but also for any like schoolwork. I don't know what happens. I think, during the day, I'm very focused and I use it, particularly the morning time. I'm very alert. And so when I write in the morning is usually to clean up something, or I'm not as imaginative, I want to say. I think very logically. And then something happens after 3 p.m. My brain just goes into like this daydream mode, and I start having a lot more inspiration. I start having a lot more daydreams and a lot of aha moment that I need to write down. And then after like 8 p.m., sometimes I'm watching television, I'm reading a book or something, and I have a notebook by my side because I would get this heavy inspiration to write. The human brain is amazing and functions 24/7 from the day you're born, and only stops when you sit down to do some writing. I don't know why that is, but that is very true. It's something like something turns off, and words that you know how to spell you wouldn't know how to spell when you're writing. That happens to me a lot. And I often feel like when somebody reads over my work, they are often thinking, does she know how to spell? Does she know how to write English? And it's not that. And it's more of like something gets turned off in order for something else to get turned on. What's up with these planes? Who's traveling? My creative, semi-OCD, very alert personality gets turned off, and then my creative daydream, oh, this sounds nice, that's what gets turned on. And when I write, I usually don't think about spelling or grammar errors. It's just free for me. This is hilarious. When the story is just not working, but you keep writing anyways. Yes. Especially if you're on a deadline for a competition or something. You're like, okay, I know this is not going to work and I'm going to have to clean it up later on, or I'm going to have to do something about this later on, but I'm going to write it anyways. One of the things that I'm trying to do now, I'm going to talk about writing utensils later on, but I am trying to type more. And in doing so, I allow myself to have a split screen where I have a blank piece going on and then my actual writing. And then when I would find an idea or something that I need to just jot down at that moment, I would write it on that side and continue with what's going on, and then kind of plug it in later on. Don't stop writing it. Just keep going. It would make sense. It would make you think of like the solution that needs to happen. If you stop cold, I think that that's what happens when you have like writer's block. Then you kind of like make yourself, or have you yourself create a hole for yourself when you stop writing, when you're like, okay, why this is not working. Now I am a proponent of taking a break, but I think keep going. It would work itself out. A writer is working when he's staring out of the window. Burton Rasco. I think that's how you say the last name. Also, It would have been amazing if it would have been a writer's working when he or she or they are writing, are staring out of the window. Yes, we are working. It doesn't seem like we are, but it is part of the process to not only stare out the window, but stare around, reading, doodling. I do a lot of doodling, not drawing, but like scribbles of things, of words, of characters' names, watching television. We are still working. Our brains are still coming up of like ways to figure out and fix that other problem that is gnawing at us. Oh, this is from the script lab. Yes, us trying to write our scripts in 2020. This is so true. So when the pandemic first started, there was this huge pressure to not only write, but this is the time for you to be creative. You're not doing anything else. And it's like, okay, yeah, but like, how can you be creative when you know that the world is, you know, ending outside? Like, people can't breathe properly. There's no money. People are losing their jobs, and you're here, and it's really hard sometimes to concentrate. And as much as writing is for me a part of escapism, how can I do that when I'm about to take a break and I look at the news and people are dying? I like this one. I don't love you anymore, but you're fun to write about. A lot of people associate this with musicians. I remember when Taylor Swift, every time that she would be in a relationship, people would say, you know what, she will have a great song when they break up. And it's like, okay, but why would you want them to break up in the first place? But this is very true. I love this as, but you're fun to write about. So you can take like breakups of any kind, whether they're friendships, whether they're romantic breakups, or even when you break up from your job, right? As inspiration or as a mental note that this is how I felt at this time, and then use it in your writing later on. That second draft will not kill you. It may kill some of your characters. Odds of this happening go up exponentially if you write murder mysteries, but it will still absolutely, positively, pinky swear, not kill you. Yes, I think a lot of us need to hear this, a lot of us writers and creatives. That second draft, I don't know what it is. I think it's just the being exhausted from just completing the first draft, that you look at the second one, or you get notes to write it again, and you're like, no, I don't, like, why? What are we, writers? What are we doing, writers? What are we doing? Outlining, plotting, editing, crying, doubting ourselves. That is very true. This goes back to, you know, talking about writing or staring out a window. There's a lot that goes on in writing, that a lot of people think writing is literally just sitting in front of a computer and typing. That's not what writing is. Writing is research. Writing is talking to other people about the topic, getting different perspectives. I love making what they call TV Bibles, or just plotting out and outlining the entire story, because a lot of my writing is fantasy or sci-fi. Outlining is crucial because there are a lot of elements that need to be defined, at least for me, prior to writing. I was writing this this sci-fi YA pilot, and there was a lot of neurological elements that I wanted to include. I actually, before I even sat down and writing it, I did a lot of research on like what goes on in our brain, because that's had to do with my story. So I didn't like sit down and write it. I spent a lot of time brainstorming with my brother and actually going through like, oh, this is what a person that has this disorder would look like and sound like. My brother, by the way, he studied psychology and neuroscience, and he loves that topic and he loves to talk about it. First, we come up with a story. We swear to focus on that story only. But then we start a different story. But then we start a different story. And this can go on and on. I can see that. This is very true. I talked about it, I believe, during one of my videos on inspiration. When I come up with a solution or a plot point for a character or for a storyline. So if it's too broad, or like maybe I know it wouldn't work in this story, I immediately start thinking of another story, or I will see how that would relate to another story that I'm writing. All right, guys, I live in the Bronx. It is Saturday. It is almost 11 a.m. So of course the party's starting. So I'm gonna end the video here. And if you have other memes that you guys would like to send me, I'm always looking for good ones. Please send it to me. You can do it through my Instagram, PinkLeo_productions. You can also tag me on a meme or on the comments, and that way I will be able to see it. I hope that you guys are still enjoying this series, right, with Maggie. I have a couple of other episodes outlined for you guys. And if you guys have a particular topic in writing that you guys want me to tackle, please let me know in the comments down below. Again, you can always write to me directly on PinkLeo_productions on Instagram as well. So as always, make sure to hit the like button, hit those thumbs up, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on social media. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.